What is going on YouTube? So today I'm going to be talking about my first ever experience last year in 2024 doing a bodybuilding competition prep. And so to get into the context behind this, back in June of 2024, I had freshly graduated high school and I was supposed to go to college. I ended up scrapping that and canceled my application and was full-time fitness coaching online through my Instagram following, where I was talking to potential clients and ended up building up a pretty quick clientele of men that I work with to help them build their physique, lose fat, build muscle, and just ultimately improve their health and fitness. And so while doing so, I came up to the point of about like August 2024, around the beginning of the month there, where I started to feel a little bit off. Like I was not myself. I had just concluded swimming, which ended a 8-year-long span of me in this every summer and every winter, where I would be competing in swim meets, practicing a few times a week, and ultimately having that as kind of an outlet of performance and just competition. And so naturally, as men, we are somewhat competitive just biologically, and you need an end goal in mind, something to work towards and use your skills productively, so that way you ultimately feel that you are progressing forwards in life. And so I had completely lost that going into August, after I essentially quit swimming after 8 years of being in it every single summer, every single winter. And I wasn't going to school. It was my first year out of high school, and I didn't really know what I was supposed to do with myself. I was still lifting, I was having fun with that, enjoying it, but I just knew that I didn't have that same kind of drive and reason to go get after it each day. And so what I did was I went to my local gym and talked to one of my friends there, which he's a trainer, and he had done several bodybuilding preps himself and had coached several people through bodybuilding competition preps. I told him, hey, you know what, screw it, let's do it. I knew of a competition that was coming up in December, and we went all in on that, and I started it up right there and then within like a week after telling him that. And from there, I had such a sense of just day-to-day purpose, where I was so excited, I was hyped up. I knew this was gonna be a big shift for me, just personally with my own self-development and as well as my business, because I knew it was going to be a great like feat of strength and just authority in terms of my knowledge and experience in fitness, because a bodybuilding competition prep, getting down to like 6% body fats and competing on stage is probably one of the most difficult things you can do in the fitness industry. So why not jump straight into that? After already being a fitness coach for a couple months, I decided, this is going to just benefit all areas of my life and just make me a more disciplined person. And that's exactly what ended up happening. And so all throughout this process, I was able to document it on my Instagram, talk with my clients about the experiences I was going through on such a, extreme cut and deficits and losing weight myself. I had previously always been super skinny up until that point. So it was odd for me to be cutting weight when I had previously always wanted to gain weight and put on muscle. I had built up to about like right around 193 pounds going into it. And so for the first time ever, I ended up cutting down like 15 pounds over the course of my 3-month competition prep leading up to it. And that was essentially my first ever serious like cutting phase. Naturally, I would lose weight during swim seasons in the summer and the winter, but other than that, I had never really dove really deep into my own meal prep and nutrition planning, because I had such a fast metabolism from all the cardio I would do, to where I could pretty much eat as much as possible and still like be right around maintenance or a very slight surplus, which was my goal through high school, trying to put on size. And so through this, I ended up getting leaner and leaner as the process went on, and I noticed that I was essentially achieving my best physique ever in my life. I was in the best shape of my life. I was the biggest, the strongest, and the leanest I ever was, which I was surprised, because I had a hesitation at the beginning where I wasn't sure if it was going to be the right move for me to make this cut. I wanted to continue gaining size, and originally my plan was to not compete until right around this time of year into 2025 versus, doing it right away out of high school in 2024. But I do believe that was the right decision, because what ended up happening through the extra discipline and control over my nutrition and just having that goal in mind and that extra kind of intensity and drive that it gave me, I pushed all the more harder, and I actually ended up getting stronger for the vast majority of the 12-week competition prep. And so through that, what I learned is you just have to have a goal in mind. You have to have something that you have a burning desire to achieve, a extra just passion of a fire under your ass to just get up in the morning and get after it. And that's exactly what the bodybuilding prep gave me. And so if you're trying to get in shape right now, you're trying to lose fat or bulk up a lot like I did for the majority of my lifting career, you need to set a clear objective of what you are trying to achieve, whether that be to get as lean as you've ever gotten before, or you want to put on as much clean muscle as possible. Set a time frame, set an end date in mind that you need to get that done, because it will not be a priority to you if you are just winging it and trying as you go. I was there. I was right there about August 2024, where I was just kind of aimlessly continuing to go to the gym, lift. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, it is a huge passion for me, but I just did not have that competitive edge that I had always had previously in athletics with swimming, and I competed in powerlifting, went to nationals and stuff. That was another huge just driving goal for me. And then once I got out of school and quit swimming, I just did not have that kind of motivation and intent in my lifts anymore. And so that is my best recommendation. If you feel like you've been kind of dragging your heels, you're not really the gym isn't hitting the same anymore, you don't feel excited or fired up to go hit a workout, or after your workout you don't feel accomplished, dedicate yourself to something. Start a program. Start something that is going to get you to put on a lot of strength, or maybe start something that's going to get you to lose a lot of body fat, excess body fat. There is numerous ways you could go about this, but my point is you need to choose something. Otherwise you're going to continue procrastinating. You're going to continue to just wing it and not feel good about it. And what happens as that goes on for a longer period of time is that's typically when people quit. They give up. And I honestly was almost there. I had points in my fitness coaching where I was honestly debating giving up. What am I supposed to do? Do I just go back to college, or do I pick up a random job? I felt like I was gonna quit because I was dragging my heels, but the bodybuilding prep changed the game for me. I became more disciplined in other areas as well. In my business, I became 10 times more disciplined. I came out a much better businessman, more successful, and better socially equipped. I came out of it and was able to be more confident in social settings, more confident on my social media. I built a relationship following it, and so there are numerous other areas that can benefit out of being disciplined in fitness. You are quite literally controlling what goes in and out of your body every single day. Your nutrition, your sleep, your training, just what you put out, the kind of energy that you put out into your life day to day. It changes everything for you, and you need to have that kind of fire under you to get up out of the bed in the morning and just go attack the day. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching to the end. That means you have an incredible attention span, and expect more videos like this. I'm really looking forward to continuing to share my experiences with you guys. And if you like the video, please drop a like and follow along, because I'm going to be putting up daily uploads just like this. So I will see you guys in the next video.